What's up, everybody? Sorry it's been a while making a video. Just been hustling on the car, trying real hard to get it running and moving under its own power. So that's what it does right now. Starts up, it's got the right fuel pressure, it's got coolant, it's got fuel, brakes, power steering works, everything works. Still have to figure out AC, but that's, not a big deal for right now. But the biggest part is it starts, doesn't misfire, runs good. Need to get it tuned to tune in that air fuel ratio. A couple other things, IMRC's taken off. Shouldn't have any issues with this thing. I'm going to do a more detailed video of how I wired everything up, but nothing's 100% done in here, but I got the majority of it done. Got the coolant expansion tank is mounted. Had to splice the radiator hoses just because it's super hard to find the perfect hose for it. Had to do it on the bottom as well because of the size difference of the ports. But I'll show you quickly. I got the continuous duty solenoid here for the cooling fans, the main battery power. This is provided with the Ford Performance power pack. I had to move the battery to the trunk. Did it for space reasons, and it keeps it more simple up here. Got the fuel systems in using the stock hard lines, but have adapters here that go to -6 AN. That's all power by the hour. Hoses are plumbed. We're doing static fuel pressure, so this isn't vacuum sourced. 55 psi. Made some heater hoses. Those look nice. I'll attach them somehow later. The plan is to have the engine cover go on this, so that's all hidden. This is the power by the hour make your own cold air intake kit. So they give you a nice length of this pipe. You do whatever you want, however length you want. Nice red filter, happens to go with the color of the car. Got the hoses plumbed. Like I said, I have to make a custom AC line here that goes from the condenser down to the compressor, just because I went with a bigger radiator here. So in the alternator facing backwards and in this place, there's an issue with the factory hose. The factory hose or line is really large. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, it's in a crate over there, but most of you have seen one before. It kind of drops down, has a muffler or a little tank on it, and that gets in the way of a lot of things. So I'm just gonna have a local shop here make a simpler hose. This one has a trinary switch on it, but it should be pretty. Hydro boost works, brakes work, all the front suspension's back together. I took it down the street one time. It goes, obviously I don't want to drive it don't want to drive it too much until it gets tuned. What else? Using the factory starting system. So this vehicle has the PAT system, 96 and up, I believe. SN95s have PATs, which is your battery system. So on this car, the theft light blinks. Theoretically, if it was a factory setup, it wouldn't start. It would crank, but no start. I think it cuts power to the fuel pump or ignition. But since the fuel pump and ignition are wired to our new PCM, the engine still cranks, and so it starts right up. We'll deal with the theft light later. But that, it starts right up using the factory starting system. Didn't have to use a couple of the wires on the power pack, which made the installation easier. And I'll show you all that on the video I do further on. But so it's kind of a mess with some wires, but I tried to make it as clean as possible. Kept as much factory stuff as I could plugged in. Got the new PCM mounted here with the power by the hour bracket. It's down here, secure, out of the way, can't see it. What else? This is where the fuse block is for the control pack. You drop the fender liner down a little bit and you can get right to it. This cover comes right off. Had the hole, drilled a small hole here. It's right below the HVAC case, clears everything. I only had to extend the wires for the gas pedal, and that was it. And that's 6 wires. Took my time, made sure to do it right. The factory trans harness is plugged in. I haven't finished reassembling the outside of the car because the car is headed to paint either this coming week or next week. So the whole thing's going to get painted the candy Brandywine, and then I'll get it back and do the final touches on things, and then hopefully bring it over to get tuned. We will see what kind of numbers it puts down. What do we got? The trunk is open. This is how I did the battery. So he's got an Optima red top in here. I found this really nice battery tie down that's meant for Optimas. Instead of the big brace that goes over the top, it clamps onto the base of the battery on both sides, so this thing's not going anywhere. I'm a big fan of the wing nut, especially in the trunk. Put a lock washer underneath it, but it's easy to undo in a pinch without any tools. I haven't had any issues with them coming undone, but that's that. And apologize for the delay in videos. Thank you guys for watching and keeping up on it. More updates soon, and feel free to ask any questions on how I did anything. The next video I make should be able to answer some of those questions and maybe answer some questions that you didn't know you had. But thanks for watching Zach's Garage, and till next time.